Welcome back to the Real Estate Masterclass. This is the fourth in the series of a lot of videos that I'll be making. And today, I want us to discuss the real estate economy. Now, whenever I had the chance to discuss this, I tell people that real estate is a financial issue. It's a lot of money being moved here and there. So you need to understand finance and economy. Okay. So today I will just hint you a little bit about some financial issues that come into play in real estate, because I'm not a financial expert, but real estate has forced me to read a little bit of finance. Okay. So let's call it economics. I don't know what economics is though. What is economics? Economics is the study of money and the spending habits of people. Okay, so when you do economics, they'll begin to teach you the law of supply and demand and some funny laws. There's also the law of continuous supply. There's also there's one that we like so much, the law of diminishing returns. Okay, so those things happen in real estate. So you want to be able to play around them when you are doing real estate. The first thing you need to understand is macro, okay, and micro economics, okay, econs indicators. Okay, this is in the why are we learning finance, why we want to do real estate, but I have to teach you this. If you move from the US to Ghana to do real estate, or you move from Ghana to the US to do real estate, it becomes very difficult, okay, to do it. Sometimes it becomes very easy also because of these things. So macro and microeconomic indicators is this. Let me try to define it. Macroeconomic indicators are the big deals, the big issues that affect economics of a country. Micro are the smaller issues, okay, the ones that are closer to us, okay, like let me give an example. Micro is like minimum wage, okay. Macro is like exchange rate. So exchange rate is a global issue. Anybody in the world will know that the cedi is performing well or bad. That's macro. Micro is, they say minimum wage in Ghana is 250 Ghana cedis for human beings. Okay, minimum wage is for human beings. And if you want to do real estate and you are earning minimum wage, you are not ready yet. You need to get a skill, get some money before you come. Okay, let me tell you another one. Inflation. Commodity inflation can be a microeconomic indicator. Okay, then a macroeconomic indicator can be the price of gold, okay, or the price of silver, the price of cocoa, okay. It's a macroeconomic indicator. So if something happens and then there is a surge in demand for gold, and Ghana is a producer of gold, then we need to have better routes to transport our gold, okay. We need to have better storage facility for our resources that are being demanded. That's macro issues, okay. This is why you realize that older people and maybe richer people, businessmen, they like to listen to business news, because there are a few signals that they pick in global conversations that affect macro issues, like the war in Ukraine, like President Trump as president. It affects macro movement of things. Then there are micro issues, okay. Who is president of Ghana? Who is your MP? Is the road in your community being done? Okay, sometimes you realize that I'm mentioning infrastructure issues, but it is affecting the spending habits of the people in the area. So when you get to home, the economic conditions in home is different from the economic conditions in Accra. So you can't build a skyscraper in Ho, no matter how rich you are. Don't do that mistake. Okay, it's real. When I say it, people hit on me, but it is what it is. That's why we don't have 80-story buildings in Ghana. The economy is not ready for it. So even if you have the money and you build it, you see people, I want to build a 50,000 units. Sorry, let me not ridicule it, but I hope you are getting me, okay? The next one would have been fiscal and monetary policies. The finance ministers, they use this word a lot, okay? I like to write this word in fiscal and monetary policies. Okay. This one of the biggest things that affect this one is anti-money laundering bill. You can't be on a plane with more than $10,000 without declaring it. So if I want to go to the US, I don't have an account in the US, I can't go with more than $10,000. Or if you're in the US coming to Ghana, you can't come with more than $10,000 cash. If you want to, you have to declare it, or you have to send it, okay, via bank accounts, which would have come with charges. So it affects how far you can price. For me to receive some kind of monies, I have to sign undertaking that I am a business or personalities with political exposure or economic something. I've signed that undertaking a lot of times. Many times I am doing a big transaction because of this. There is the global one, which can be macro, and then there is the national one, which can be micro. Okay, one of them is that I think you cannot do cash transaction of more than $30,000. I heard that was revised. I have to find out how much the limit for is. Okay, there's a simple one. You cannot withdraw more than 10,000. The ATM can only give you 4,000 cedis, and you can withdraw more than 10,000 Ghana cedis in a day. Okay, so that's a micro fiscal monetary policy. Okay, then there can be a macro fiscal monetary policy. So those things affect how much people can spend, how much can go into a transaction, and the like. Then there is the market system. Okay. Good. This one is very interesting. The market system is how people buy in your country. In Ghana, we have a cash market. Abroad, they have a credit market. Someone has a credit card, builds his credit card, and is able to buy a house, and he has to pay over 20, 50 years. In Ghana, we don't even like credit. We don't even have it. There is no facility. When you get it, it's very expensive. You get it. So people move cash. Okay, there's more money in Momo than in banks. Okay, there's more money under people's pillows than in the banks. So the market system is different. So you realize that it will be very difficult to price things within some ranges. If you want to do a $1 million transaction in Ghana with a woman at Makola, okay, who is rich, but nobody knows where she hides her money, how are you going to do that kind of thing? Okay, so that also affects it. That would have linked us to the next one, which is cash flow. Okay, the cash flow of the people. In Ghana, a good salary is 10,000 cedis, $1,000 or $2,000. Okay, so if the person makes $2,000 a month, in a year he would have made $24,000. So in 10 years he has made $240,000. How will he buy a $300,000 house? You understand? So if you are building a $300,000 house, you are no longer building for a Ghanaian employee. This is one of the mysteries about some of the videos that I make, and people attack me a lot. Once we are building more than 300,000, we are not building for average Ghanaian. How many average Ghanaians make $300,000 in 10 years? Okay, so it becomes a specialized product, which is something I'll be teaching certainly. There is a level in real estate where you are not selling to the average people. It becomes a unique high-ticket product. It's like a G-Wagon. It's like a Lamborghini. It's a specialized thing. It's like a Aqua Safari. Okay, even when you have the money, you are not bold enough to go because you are scared the kind of money you spend there can change the life of your family members. You understand? So the cash flow can affect the stuff. Okay, then this one looks like fiscal and monetary policies. Is the loans and mortgages. Okay, I call it loans and mortgages, but there is a word for it in Ghana. We call it it's a kind of monetary policy that is called the Bank of Ghana Business Operating Rate. The Bank of Ghana Business Operating Rate affects the loans and mortgage rate. So in Ghana, we are struggling around 25%. Let me write it in red. Ghana is 25 to 30%. Yeah, I know if you are watching this video and you are well informed, you know that there is 35% as well. But that is just an outlier. It's not, when you have bad governance, you have that kind of interest rate. This is what makes sense in Ghana, Africa. Okay, and then in US, you would have had 5%. Even 5%, someone on the dollar would be very angry. I know they do 2 to 3%, but let's do 5%. So the loan is 5 times more expensive here. So why should I use a loan to buy the house? Yeah, you get it. So in Ghana, you see that people would have paid with cash. Yes, people would have taken a mortgage. You understand? So that will just change the spending capacity, the earning capacity of the people. It affects their cash flow. It makes them feel poorer, no matter how rich they are. Okay, so you realize that the psychology is becoming different. You begin to switch into a survival mode, social security mode, other than an investment mode and financial discipline and strategy mode. Do you understand? And that would have gone to the last one, which is financial security. If they borrow the money for you, Ghana people can disappear with money. People can refuse to pay the money. People can take a mortgage and not pay. People can run away with your rent. People don't want to pay. People buy the things they never pay. So it affects the way and nature in which you can do transactions, because the monies in real estate is so big that if any of these things go wrong, a whole company can collapse. You get it? So it's become so risky. So in boardrooms, in strategy rooms, you will be thinking about all these things when making decisions, when pricing a product. So I see people, they say, oh, a house in New York is this price and a house in Ghana is so expensive. It's true. A house in New York is cheap. Everything that is used to build it is from New York. In Ghana, we import everything. We pay duty. We pay the port guys. We pay the police. We pay more for security. So it will cost you 2 times more. What do you expect? That we sell it to half the cost? If you remember my proverb, the replacement cost for us is high. The actual value for us is high. You get it? Unless it's a forced sale. If my mother is in the hospital dying, I can't sell it at the price that people are asking to buy it. These are the things that are affecting it. So always think about it at the back of your mind, okay, when you're investing into real estate. So that will take us to why invest into real estate. When you look about all these things, it looks like it's scary. I'm not here to scare you. It's still profitable. So let's just look at why it is you should, okay, invest into real estate, so that this doesn't feel like a scary class, the class which I told my students to not invest into Ghana, because actually in the end, it's more profitable to do real estate in Ghana than a lot of places because of some of these same things that scare people, okay? So the first one, why? Why this wife is pregnant? Why? Okay, real estate, okay? One is because it's real. When you invest into real estate, if you have 500 houses, you can literally go by and count your houses, okay? If you buy a house, you can come and see it real, okay? If they say the house is here, and they say because the road is good, because the furniture is nice, because it is occupied, whatever reason they give you why you should invest into it, you can come and see it for yourself. In Ghana, we call it Kafili Kadochi. It's real. So you know what you are buying. It's not like Bitcoin. You have no idea what is going to happen tomorrow. As much as real estate, a few things can change the price. At least you will be seeing your house. And if it gets bombed, you would have your land. You get it? If it gets bombed, you will have your land. Remember this and keep it holy. 2, financial security. Okay? Financial security in the sense that once people get money, they think real estate. Okay? So the chance of getting your money back is really higher. Like, if you have a property that you are renting, the probability that it will be rented is high. Then you would get your money. There's not a time that people change their mind that, oh, I don't want to stay in a house again. I want to stay at the bus stop or something. Okay? No. Under ideal conditions or under normal or average conditions, people are going to be there. Okay? The next one is high appreciation, which is a lie. Anyway, I think I have a bad habit of passing comments as people would have done it, okay, just so that I can tease them. All things being equal, and looking at the kind of security you have in real estate, buying a land will be one of the most appreciating investments that you can make. Like, it's so viable, it's so real, okay? it will appreciate really fast than a lot of any assets that you can buy. A lot of assets depreciate, including a house. But land will always appreciate. All things being equal, land will double in value in Ghana every 3 years. All things being equal. On the cedi. On the dollar, it will double in value every 7 to 10 years. All things being equal. And depending on a few other things, but it's the ROI on land is just so good, so sweet. I can tell you for sure. I have examples. I bought the land, and after 2 years, I sold it for 2 times the price on the cedi, for 50% more of the price on the dollar. Okay, so that's an ROI of 2 years on the cedi and 4 years on the dollar. Okay, or let's say 50% on the dollar and 100% on the cedi. Highly appreciable. The reason why I said it's a lie is that if you are doing a viable business with that, you can make that money back in a month or 2 or 3 or 4. But that is risky. Okay, that is risky. But in real estate, for the security you have and the appreciation that you get, so fantastic. Okay, then the fourth one would have been, it's a necessity. As I've said somewhere, financial security. Okay, nobody has money and refuse to stay in the house. Once people begin to make money, I want to build a bigger house, I want to have a nice house, I want my funeral to be done with a swimming pool around, and people to know that I am rich, I've been to the US and I'm back. So it's a necessity. Once they make money, they begin to make ridiculous real estate decisions. Opportunity to make money. I think I'm getting too excited. Tell me in the comments, do you think I'm too happy? Or I should keep it straight? For example, I can just say the next one is fashionable. Okay? Fashionable. I think it connects with this thing. People will tell you, I stay at East Legon. I stay at Osu. Okay, and then I stay at Cantonment. I stay at Airport Eats. By the fact that they tell you where they stay, you assume that they are rich. Okay, then you come to the house is white and black. The cars are black. Okay, there's a swimming pool in front of the house. You get it? It's just prestigious. So let's say fashionable and prestige. Okay, it gets to a point where people will spend a little more, not a little more, a lot more, okay, for the prestige. You can put the same house and Lakeside Estate, okay, for 50,000. You take it to Cantonment and it becomes 500,000. Just like that. Prestige. Okay, sometimes the inputs in the house doesn't change too much. Okay, it becomes like a Gucci. It becomes like a G-Wagon. It becomes like a Rolls Royce. Still 4 tires, ACs working, drives 100 kilometers per hour. But if you have the money, you buy it. If you don't have the money, you think the people who are buying it are idiots. It's because you are poor. I'm crazy. Let me end here before I crack too many more jokes. I like to be jovial. I like to say things as they are. Let me know in the comments if it's a good thing or not. Invite people who really need to watch this, learn this, and I hope by the end of this we can have more feasible and scientific conversations about real estate and do a few things together in the future. I wish you well in your journey to invest in real estate, and all the best. See you in the next series.